Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. This is a very small unboxing, but a cool story behind it, I guess. I actually bought this 5 times, and I'll explain that whole story. It's 2 slabs, but it's kind of a funny story. So this is going to be a short video, but it's going to be a funny one. So what happened was, I buy a lot of stuff on eBay, and when I buy stuff on eBay, I, send it off to my Stackery account because it's so much cheaper sending things to my Stackery account, collecting a bunch of stuff, and then consolidating it and then sending it to Canada. So I pay one shipping cost to Canada rather than a whole bunch of little shipping costs, which adds up and it becomes really expensive. Ever since I've done that, I've been able to buy a lot more and still, pay almost the same amount as what I was paying before. But what happened was every time I tried to order this and I clicked the wrong button. So my default setting is that I'm a US buyer. Okay. So I get all excited that I win the auction or win the best deal. And then I press the button saying that, purchase now, purchase. In the case of these, what happened was I put in a best offer, and it automatically processed the order with my American address. But this guy is in Canada, so why am I sending it to Stackery then sending it back to Canada? It just didn't make sense. So so I ended up buying it like once, and then it was like, oh, there's another book I'm interested in after I bought it for the second time, and so he's like, oh wait. But the second book I accidentally pressed to send it off to the United States. So then I canceled the order again, tried to replace the order, and then we sort of talked about it. And so then I canceled both orders again. And then I sort of met the guy on Instagram and bought it through him direct instead of through eBay. Well, I kept on making the same mistake. So I made the same mistake. Like, he probably thought I was a nut. Like, because I kept on canceling the order and we'd have to wait for the book to get relisted on eBay. And, like, it just was a bit of a mess. But so what ended up happening was we negotiated through Instagram, and he worked out a pretty good price for me, considering it saves all the eBay fees, and he gave me a pretty good deal on it, and he shipped it really, really well. Okay. Okay, so this is a book I actually had in my collection, but I had a mid grade of this book. I kind of wanted a high grade of this book just because I wanted something that's a bit more presentable. And it's a character that I like, that maybe is not a major character. This book spiked during the Loki series, but then dropped. It kind of tanked afterwards. And it was probably like a $100 to $200 book during the Loki series. Now I think I paid $60 for it, slabbed. This is Fantastic Four number 353. And this is the first appearance of this dude. This guy right here. Mobius M. Mobius. And so there's actually two variants of this. Like this is the direct copy, and then there's newsstand. Now, you don't want to buy the newsstand for this one because the newsstand doesn't have his picture on the cover. So you want to always pick the direct copy of this because it's also his first cover appearance. And if you're not familiar with Mobius M. Mobius, he's the character that was played by Owen Wilson in the Loki series. I thought I thought he did a really good job of playing the character. I thought he was kind of a funny character. I believe this is actually this character, the design of him is based on one of the artists. I think it's Stranko or one of those guys. I'm trying to remember, or Ditko, one of those guys. I'm not sure who this picture is. You can tell me in the comments below. Yeah, but what does it say? No, it doesn't say anything. Walter Simonson. Maybe it's Walter Simonson. I'm not sure who it is, but I'm not sure. It's Walter Simonson cover. But it's just a really cool, cool first appearance. And I always like buying these books when they're more affordable, especially if they're keys that I would like to have in my collection. And this is maybe one that doesn't have a huge spec now potential because the character's maybe not going to come back, but they are renewing the Loki series, so there is a second series, set of Loki movies or TV series coming out. So I have a feeling Owen Wilson will probably come back. So you never know. This could be a good book. So yeah, so that was the first one. So that was just upgrade in my collection, and sometimes I do upgrade if I like a character. I do upgrade. I wasn't a big fan of the Loki series, though, to tell you the truth, but I did like Owen Wilson. Okay. Now, this next book is one that's kind of interesting in a way, because it's a different type of spec that most people don't really think about. A lot of people, when they spec, they think of like a TV series or movie that's coming out, but they don't think about characters that are hot because of comics. So they're buying books based on like hot movies or TV series, but often what happens is there's characters that are hot because there's a current series or a series of books that relate to a character that's kind of pinnacle to a new comic series that is hot. And a good example of that is this one. This is DC Comics Presents number 27, and this is the first appearance of Mongol. He's currently in the new DC series. I forgot what it's called. Like, is it Fortress or one of those ones where Superman goes off to a world where he basically fights with all these people that are slaves to Mongol. So just a really kind of a cool series. So I wanted to get the first appearance of Mongol. And this is the original Mongol. So this is Manhunter from Mars. First appearance of Mongol. Conguilla backup story. And this is a cool book. I didn't even realize one other cool thing about this book. It's a Len Wein story, which is kind of great. He's a really great artist. Great writer, I should say, that worked on Swamp Thing. So it's really cool. And it's a Jim Starlin cover, which is kind of nice too. So a whole bunch of cool people involved with producing this. So this is the original first appearance of Mongol. So it's kind of cool. And the guy that I bought through gave me a pretty good deal on this. So I was quite happy with the overall, I think I paid $100 for this book in a 9.4. So that's pretty good. So I'm trying to show it where it's not reflecting too much. But it is a really great cover. So yeah. So that was my very small unboxing, but I hope you enjoyed. It's just two books. But what do you think about speccing on comic characters that are hot right now in comic series, like modern series? I think it's got a lot of potential. But what do you think? Like most people, when they're speccing on books related to movies and TV series. What do you think? Is there spec worthiness to characters that are in hot series now? So leave your comment below. I'd love to hear people's opinions on that. And thanks again for watching. Bye for now.